In today's class, let us see multiple regressions. Means not only considering two variables, sometimes we may consider two or more variables also. One may be the dependent variable and two are said to be independent variables, my dear students. See, the ultimate aim is to find out the value of A, the value of B1, or someone will call it as beta 1, and the value of Q2. My dear students, to find out A, the formula is A is equal to y bar minus B1 x bar 1 minus B2 x bar 2. See, my dear students, for calculation of B1, the formula is sigma x2 square into sigma x1y minus sigma x1 x2 into sigma x2y y square again y, that's sigma x1 square into sigma x2 square minus sigma x1 x2 square. Like this, one more formula for B2 also. Now let us see what problem I will see. There are same questions. Here this is the question. One dependent variable is given, my dear students, y, then x1 is given, then x2 is given. Just if you see the question, let us find out the value of A, beta 1 and beta 2, my dear students. So first of all, we have to make a table like this. See, table like this, y, which is given in the question, x1, x2, this is given in the question. Then the very next one is x1y, x1 into y, then x2y, okay, then x1, x2, then x1 square, 3.5 to 3.5, 6.7 to 6.7 like this, then x2 square, then y square. Like this, after you make the tables, you have to make totals of this. See, my dear students, these values directly you cannot take here. What I am saying is, whatever values you are getting, this you cannot substitute here. Again, what you have to do is, say for example, sigma x1 square is there. How to calculate sigma x1 square means sigma x1 square see here, sigma x1 square means 84.64 minus sigma x1 whole square. Sigma x1 means this. I will show you how. Use password. As I said, we have to calculate separately sigma x1 square, means this is called as variance. How to calculate means sigma x1 square. Sigma x1 square means 84.64 minus sigma x1 whole square. x1 means the total. Sometimes what you will do is wrongly you will take this whole square. It's not. It's 18.6 whole square divided by 6. Means you are going to get 26.9. Then my dear students, immediately you have to calculate x2 square. x2 square is equal to sigma x2 square, which is there, 131.50 minus sigma x2 whole square. Sigma x2. This is sigma x2. This is sigma x2 whole square by 6. You are going to get 35.5. Like this, the remaining also we have to do x1y, x2y and x1, x2. After you calculate, you have to substitute in beta 1 and beta 2 values. I will show how much answer you got. I am doing it in notes, I will show you. My dear students, as the formula demands, not only x1 square and x2 square, we want x1y and x2y. The values are calculated here like this. My dear students, be clear, like this only you have to do. See, then x1, x2 also here I have shown my dear students how to do. Sigma x1 into sigma x2 by n. Sigma x1 means this total. Sigma x2 means this total. Divided by n means 6. Yes. x1, x2 means here some table value is there like 77.97 minus if you do this, you are going to get 3.57. See, my dear students, after you got all the values where the formula demands, once if you show x2 square and x1 square and all the values separately we calculated. Now we are going to substitute here B1, B2 likewise. When you get B1 and B2 by mistakes, you are going to get value of A. Calculate these values independently. We have to find out B1 value which we got. Then we have to find out B2 value. Once if you get B1 value and B2 value, my dear students, it's easy to find out the value of A. To find out A value, what we want is y bar is required. Y bar means sigma y by n, summation total of y divided by n. What is the summation total of y? I think we have it here. Divided by n is equal 6. So value I will do it. Then B1 value we got x bar 1. Anyhow we are going to calculate sigma x by n, and x bar 2 value also we can calculate. Now what we have to do is, to find out A, I need to find out y bar value, x bar 1 value and x bar 2 value. The formula is sigma y by n is sigma x bar x1 by n, sigma x2 by n. I will get y bar x1 bar x2 bar. Wait. This we can do. Y bar we got x1 bar x2 bar. Ultimately to get A, I substituted in that particular equation so that I got A value. So like this we need to calculate the value of A, the value of B1 and B2 in linear regression. Alternatively, you can solve the equations. One more alternative method is there, you can see that. This is also one of the alternative method which we have, but if you feel it's not comfort, you can do like this. This is the easiest way to